standing by the cash register.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got dev
Oh,
hacks.
oh,
Oh,
no!
run.
I just want my potatoes.
We are moving swiftly on to our next section. And if you thought that made your palms sweaty, Tom,
Yay!
I dread to think what your reaction to Brocery Store 2 is going to be.
Right, let us say hello to RBDJellyFish.
Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
I am
Sweet.
so scared.
Yeah, Tom, are you feeling ready for what may be the scariest game this DreamsCom? It will make you shiver. So hi, RBD Jellyfish. Is it RBD Jellyfish? Is it Rabbit Jellyfish? We were arguing about this off stream.
It's kind of whatever you want at this point.
Ooh.
It started at Rabbit Jellyfish, and then I think at some point I tried to sign up for a site and Rabbit was already taken, so I changed it to RBD, and then I actually liked RBD more, so I kind of stuck with that.
Fantastic. Well, now we know.
Now we know.
The curiosity has been satisfied.
We had a big pre-stream conversation. How do you pronounce it?
How are we going to pronounce it? So yeah, you are here to show off Brocery Store 2 with us, which has released a demo for DreamsCom and is also fully out now. Am I right in saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the complete game.
Congrats on releasing this awesome game. So yeah, great to have you on the show. Tom, are you ready to deal with what we have just seen there?
Absolutely. You guys have a chat.
We will crack on.
While I'm going for it. Right, go.
Amazing. So how about you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and maybe a little bit about Brocery Store 2.
Yeah, so I'm RBD/Rabbit Jellyfish, like we said before. I'm from sort of East Coast US. I live in New York right now. Yeah, I've kind of been doing like game dev as a hobby since I was like 10 with Game Maker and stuff like that, and then I eventually became a software engineering professional, and then I released a couple of games outside of Dreams as well, and then when Dreams came out, I just got totally sucked into it. I've been playing Dreams since like the beta.
Yeah, it's awesome, and yeah, I think a fair few people in the chat will probably have played Brocery Store, which was your first iteration of this idea we're seeing here. But what is Brocery Store 2, and maybe how does it differ from that first that first game you made?
Well, the first game was like, it was all just kind of a joke. Like the whole thing about the first game that makes it funny is that you kind of go into it expecting it to be just like a normal grocery shopping game, and then when you try to pick up an item, you just end up wreaking havoc. And I just kind of recently, I was like, I kind of want to make another silly game like that. Like, how could I twist the Brocery Store formula? And at first I was like, maybe I can make it an anti-joke where people go into it expecting to like wreak havoc, and then they actually just end up being a normal grocery shopper, and it's this really boring game. And like, on one hand, that's kind of funny, but it's also kind of boring. And then I came up with the idea, like, what if it's that, but the bro is also there? And
there he is.
that kind of turned into this idea of like a Slender Man grocery store version.
No!
Oh my gosh, Slender Man as a reference makes so much sense. I think I looked at it, and Amnesia, like Dark Descent's chase scenes, I got big vibes from the demo. But also, of course, Mr. X, right? the way that Brocery, the bro, Brocery, that's his name, imagine. Oh my gosh, he like busts through the shelves. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, yeah, were any of those sort of like...
Jesus Christ.
That's what I like to hear.
This is going to be a chaotic interview. But am I along the right lines with those sort of inspirations? Did you take much inspiration from other horror games when you were like, how do I make this scary?
Yeah, like I actually don't play many horror games, so I was
Really?
kind of starting from like ground zero when I was making this. I did end up looking, I think I looked at a GDC talk or something about Alien Isolation and how like the AI in that works. And I kind of modeled a lot of this after that, because I know I heard a lot of people called that game really scary. So yeah, I mean, so the inspiration, I guess, came from bits that I'd heard about horror games and kind of what I expected a good horror game to be like, but I don't actually play that many myself.
Right. Yeah. What's your understanding of like what makes something scary? Like maybe from watching some of these GDC talks or watching horror movies. Like what kind of things were you like? Okay, well, here is how I can make a really, really scary experience.
I mean, I think my understanding of it is it's kind of like a finely tuned roller coaster of emotions. Like it's just a lot of like controlling the rise and fall of tension as you can.
Right.
Sorry for
I think a problem I see in a lot of horror games is like they make it way too dark to try to make it scary, but then it's not scary because you can't see anything. So,
Right.
So I tried to make it like so the visibility is still okay and kind of create the tension with the audio design. So like, for example, there are like these subtle swells in the music whenever he's close by, so then that kind of puts you on edge because he might just burst through the shelves at any moment.
I can confirm that it puts you on edge.
Oh my goodness.
And like the loud footsteps
Oh my
in the
goodness.
scenes when he starts chasing after you.
Oh, it's so well done. Like, there's also something kind of like,
Oh, no,
he got you.
Oh!
Of course, Tom's objective right now, for anyone who's not picked up on it, is he's just trying to do his grocery shopping. So you've got a list of items that you need to get, which I think makes it so much funnier that you're doing something that's so ordinary and you're sort of avoiding this extremely bizarre cryptid
Yeah.
of a bro.
No.
You immediately
Okay.
got. But yeah, there's something weirdly scary about grocery stores. Is anyone with me here? Like,
Okay.
but like kind
Late
of like the weird neon low lighting, like which I think
Yeah.
you've nailed here. Like, and everything's like confusing. It's like a little bit of a maze. There's something weird and scary about
Yeah,
it.
like the low ceiling and the kind of claustrophobic aisles, I think, contributes to that a lot too. It's like
Right.
you kind of feel like trapped a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of
I
which,
took the wrong apple.
you
and
took
then
the wrong
red
apple.
row was there.
Oh, you are evil with some of those objective markers as well,
Yeah, that
because
soup one
because
is
yeah.
like, you have to check.
Yeah, because you have to check you've got the right color apple, and oh my goodness, it just all adds to the tension. Like, again, to talk about amnesia, it's like when you're trying to do those physics-based puzzles and also you're like shaking. It's just such a great marriage of like two things. But this is also playable in VR. Am I right?
Yes.
So how's that been? Like, I know you've done VR development before in Dreams, Gold Valley, right? Yeah, like you've got some experience with that. But what's it like developing for VR in Dreams, and what kind of things have you picked up on making a really successful VR game?
So actually, a lot of the VR support in my previous games has kind of been an afterthought, which like Dreams is really good about that, where it's like if you kind of want to just add VR support after the fact to an already existing game, Dreams makes it really easy, which is great. For this game, I wanted VR support to kind of be a first-class citizen, and so that meant I had to pay close attention to like, what are the different control schemes? Like, you might be using a DualShock with a flat screen, you might be using a DualShock in VR, you might be using moves, and some of the interface and like the interactions, like picking up the item, requires a different control scheme, like a completely different control scheme depending on what you're actually using.
Right.
And so there ended up, in this case, like where I found VR support pretty easy in different projects, it was actually kind of challenging fixing all the different edge cases and stuff when I was trying to make sure VR support worked for this.
Oh god.
Two whole different platforms. That's so much, like so many, double the bugs to fix, right, with all this stuff. Oh, I like how he kind of gets winded.
Yeah, yes. I can't find the potato.
Oh,
Like, it's my downfall.
RBD, have we got any clues? Is it randomly
it's,
generated where stuff pops up, or?
No, it's not. I think the potatoes are in like the far left aisle. If
Okay.
you're like standing by the cash register. it's
Oh
in the
yeah.
far
Yeah, we
left.
got dev
Oh,
hacks.
no!
Oh, run.
I found my feet. I just want my potatoes.
Don't
Oh,
we
bro.
all? Don't we all? My goodness.
Potato, not a brotato.
Well, fantastic job on scaring the living daylights out of everyone who's played this so far. He is just patrolling our aisle as well. Yeah, like this is so cool. And again, like this full playable experience is out in Dreams for everybody now. Super awesome. What can we expect to see from you next after this? What are you gonna do next?
I don't really know. You mentioned Gold Valley. I might try to finish up that series pretty soon. I might make a mega penguin level. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I have like a couple pretty big projects that I've been thinking about, but they're still a ways out, so they're not even really worth talking about yet. I don't think.
I would like to see a Bro versus Mega Penguin.
So would I.
That was actually one of my ideas initially, was like Bro versus Mega Penguin Street Fighter type thing.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, we would absolutely play that. Yeah, they've got very similar builds and very
Maybe
similar.
Mega Penguin can calm him down.
Yeah, like tame him, you know,
Right.
like maybe
Needs it.
turn him away from the dark side of patrolling grocery stores.
This is so good.
I mean,
brilliant.
incredible work. Yep, everybody get on playing the full game in Dreams. Launch for DreamsCom. Great job. You'll have seen at the end of the trailer, but RBDJellyFish's booth is in Hall 2, so you can check that out there. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us a little bit more about Brocery Store 2. It has been so much fun and also chaotic.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Shirley.
Okay, fabulous
you.
stuff. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.